Hello everyone, welcome to Enreason, the daily news analysis program by Team and Light. In today's session, we are looking into three different topics that appeared in the newspapers today. The Global State of Democracy Report 2021, All India Survey on Domestic Workers, and Central Consumer Protection Authority. The first topic, Global State of Democracy Report 2021. So, a newspaper report came which went on like authoritarianism is on the rise, says report. Democratic decline in India worrying. So in this context, we'll need to see what this report is and why is it talking about authoritarianism and why is the why is it talking about a democratic decline in India. Okay. So this is a topic which is mostly important in a prelims point of view. Okay, so this report, the Global State of Democracy report, as you can see from the name, it should be a report on the state of how democracy is in the world. Okay, so this report is a report by the International Institute of Democracy and Electoral Assistance. And this particular one, the 2021 ka report, is over the course of 2020 and 2021, and for this purpose they have taken 2015 as the contextual reference. That means they have set the year 2015 as the base year. Okay, and based on what has happened over this course of years, this particular institute has studied how democracy is working in the countries around the world and has given certain outlooks. Okay, so this particular report is talking about the state of democracy. So obviously they'll have to define what democracy is, or they have a definition of what democracy is. So this particular report looks on how democratic or how undemocratic a country is based on 5 different attributes, which are representative government, fundamental rights, checks on government, impartial administration, and participatory engagement. So this particular institute has taken all these points, and then they are looking at the countries of the world, and then they are giving certain outlooks on how these countries have been performing. So let's say on a scale, the right side represents authoritarian rule and the left side represents democratic rule. So as per the reports published by this report, more countries are moving towards right, that means authoritarianism, than those countries moving towards democracy, towards the left. So and they have given a number to exemplify this. Okay, they say that based on enough studies, they say that 20 countries have moved in the direction of authoritarianism in this year, and 7 countries have moved towards democracy. So this is an alarming trend, right? So this is almost like telling that most of the countries in the world are moving towards authoritarianism. The global scenario itself will be affected by a trend like this. Okay. Some other observations made by this report is that even democratically elected governments, including those with established democracies, are increasingly showing a trend of adopting authoritarian tactics. Okay, and it especially mentioned Brazil and India, that these are some of the most worrying examples of backsliding. Okay, and about countries like US and a few other countries of European Union like Hungary, Poland, and Slovenia, there too this report or this institute has showed certain concern about the declining democratic trends. That means these countries are also showing a decline in democratic trend. That means they are moving towards an authoritarianism. That means in these countries the people are having lesser and lesser importance for their voices, and it's mostly the decisions are mostly taken by authoritarian or single-handedly. Okay. And about the Asian Pacific region too, there too, the report says that these regions have also suffered a growing trend of authoritarianism, because we've seen in newspapers regarding the problems in happening in Afghanistan, Hong Kong, Myanmar, etc. So in that continent, or our continent, there is a declining trend. In the case of Asia and Middle East too, there is a declining trend. The this year, so 4 successful military coups in countries like Chad, Guinea, Mali, Sudan, etc. Okay. We see that the democratically elected governments are being overthrown by a coup, a military coup. Okay, so these are this show an alarming trend. Okay, moving on. The next topic for discussion is the All India Survey of Domestic Workers. So there has been a news which said that the survey on domestic workers flagged off results likely in 1 year. Okay. So this is a topic. This topic is important from the prelims point of view, but if we are to link it to the main syllabus, this might come under General Studies paper 2 under the topic welfare schemes for vulnerable sections of the population by the center and the states. Okay, so let me tell you something. If we have to do something about a certain issue or a certain group of people, we first need to know who these people are, to whom are we providing or trying to provide the benefits, also what are the requirements of those people, how many of them are there, and there might be various categories within that group itself. Okay, so it is for such a purpose that surveys are done. So this particular survey is a new initiative or innovation. Okay, to find out about or to have a database on the domestic workers. So this has recently been flagged off, and this is expected to be released or published in a year's time. Okay, so this particular survey is being carried out by the Labour Bureau. Okay, now this is going to be a very comprehensive survey, or so they say. Okay, so this will have information about domestic workers who are working at the national and state levels. This will have information regarding people engaged in informal employment, information regarding migrant and non-migrant workers, then information regarding or details of domestic workers who stay at their employers' homes or those who do not, and the wages of such employees, and various other socio-economic factors. The main thing is that this is going to be comprehensive. It means it will cover a wide variety of categories and details. Okay, this will also have information regarding household live-in and live-out domestic workers. Live-in and live-out means live-in means a household where a domestic worker resides. Okay, and live-out means after the day's work, the domestic worker will go home. Okay. When we have talked about a survey for the domestic workers, let's also see if there already existed certain schemes and measures regarding domestic workers already in place. Okay, there is a draft national policy on domestic workers which is under consideration in the central government. Then there is this Unorganized Worker Social Security Act 2008. Now there are certain social security schemes, the National Old Age Pension Scheme, National Family Benefit Scheme, Janani Suraksha Yojana, Ayushman Bharat, etc. So these schemes may not particularly be beneficial for the domestic workers. That means these schemes are not particularly meant for the domestic workers, but a few of the domestic workers are drawing benefits from these social security schemes. Okay. Then there is this Aam Aadmi Bima Yojana, which consumes the Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. Okay. So this Aam Aadmi Bima Yojana, it provides life and disability coverage for workers in the unorganized sector, which are in the age group of 18 to 50, based on their eligibility. And then there is also this domestic workers sector skills council. Okay, so these are few measures that are already in place to ensure the welfare of domestic workers or workers in the unorganized sector. Moving on, the next topic and the final topic for today is the Central Consumer Protection Authority. Even this can be linked to General Studies paper 2 under the heading Government Policies and Intervention for the Development in Various Sectors. Okay. So the Central Consumer Protection Authority was in news because this particular authority, CCPA, issues notice to the e-commerce entities offering for sale of pressure cookers in violation of compulsory BS standards, as you can see on the left side of the screen, the news. Okay, so this is a newly formed authority. This was recently formed as per the Consumer Protection Act 2019. The Section 10 of Consumer Protection Act 2019 prescribes for the formation of an authority named Central Consumer Protection Authority, CCPA. So the very main function of the scheme is very evident from the name itself. Okay, so it is a authority for the protection of consumers, to protect the consumers' rights. Okay, now let's see the main aim, as we just said, is to protect the rights of the consumers. So how does this do? So there may be many unfair trade practices, there may be many false and misleading ads that might adversely affect the interest of the public and the consumers. Okay, so this particular authority will exert its powers and crack down on these kinds of unfair practices. Okay, then this particular authority has also the power to inquire or investigate into matters about violation of consumer rights or unfair trade practices, etc. And how can this do these kinds of investigation, etc.? Does somebody have to tell it to do certain things, or can it take cases on its own? Yes, it can function both ways. Okay, this can take cases suo motu, that means by itself it can take cases and inquire into matters. Okay, and it can also act on a complaint received, and the central government can also give directions to the authorities to look into certain matter or inquire about a certain matter. Okay, and it will also ensure that the standards on the packaged food items which are issued by the FSSAI, etc., such regulators are being followed. It will ensure that these standards are met. And this particular authority has a chief commissioner as its head and two other commissioners, and these two commissioners, one of them will look into matters regarding goods and other will look into matters regarding services. Okay, because consumers consume both services and goods. Okay, then this authority will also have an investigation wing. And what are the powers of this particular authority? This authority has the power to recall goods or withdrawal, or it can even ask authorities to withdraw the services if it feels that these goods or services are dangerous or hazardous. Okay, and it can ask for a refund of the prices of these goods and services which are recalled because of their because they are dangerous or hazardous. Okay, then it can pass an order to asking the discontinuation of practices if it feels like these are unfair or prejudicial to the consumer's interest. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you all for listening.